Hey Brian, how you doing? My name is George. I have a search marketing company here in the Chicago area. Hope you're doing well. I was actually doing a search for installation contractors here in the Chicago area. Specifically, I was looking in Skokie. I came across your company and I wanted to shoot this video because I think you're doing a lot of stuff very well for your company, but I wanted to just bring up a couple of points that I think might really help you out in terms of getting even more traffic for your company, which in turn is going to help you get more leads. And I think it would make a huge difference for you. So I see obviously that you are number one here in the maps, which I think is fantastic. That's actually really, really valuable real estate. So that's awesome. You've got your website linked and all that, which is doing absolutely great. So that's perfect. If I scroll down here to the organic listings, okay, you're actually on the first page of Google, okay, which is obviously where you want to be at. The higher, the better. You've got some really good metrics. I mean, it looks like you're doing some link building, and I'm not sure if that's through you or you hired that out through another company, but you've got some age to your website, which is great too. But let me point out one thing that I saw in terms of the potential for clients to come in, because I did a search for Skokie, right? Skokie has a population of 63,000 people, almost 64,000, which in itself is a really good sized city, but it's almost not enough, right? I mean, if you want to expand and if you want to grow the company, you want to generate more leads, I would recommend going into other cities, other areas where it's heavily populated, potentially even cities with 75,000 plus people. The more cities you can get yourself into, obviously, the more leads you're going to generate. So while Skokie has a good amount, I mean, the minimum that I usually look for is at least 50,000, but preferably would be over 100, 150. So I think, if you can get into Evanston and then, Wilmette and all of those areas and just keep on aggregating more and more cities, that's really, really going to help you out in terms of leads. Okay. Another thing that I noticed was that your site looks good. I mean, it's mobile friendly. I checked that out. It looks like you've got a place where someone can leave their information, and that's great, and find out more about your services. But it's light on content. And the one thing you always want to remember is that Google is a search engine, okay? And they go off of the amount of content that's on your website. So what I look for typically, at least on the homepage, is at least 1,000 words. I mean, here, just from looking at it, you've probably got maybe 150 or so, which is light. I mean, you definitely want to beef that up a little bit. I know that you've got a lot of pages. You've got 71 pages, which I think is great. You're building up a good blog, because I know that you've got that section here. It's becoming more authoritative, which is why I actually the amount of content is why I think that you're actually number 8 compared to thermoseallakeside.com, which is actually this website right here. And if you look at the amount of content they have, right? It's not a ton more than your website, and it's still not at 1,000 words at least, which is what I look for, but it's definitely more than yours. So I would definitely beef that up. This is actually your website. This is a site that I use. It's a tool called Majestic, and it basically tells me what backlinks are pointing to your website, right? Backlinks just make your site so much stronger, and you're definitely doing something, right? I mean, I'm not sure if you're hiring out another company or you're doing it on your own, but you've got some powerful backlinks, which again, I think is great. I would probably just keep on doing that to increase your rankings, and do it on more geolocation pages, like if you want to expand out to other areas of the Chicago area. And you can see actually that the content that the other site has is actually it's actually really powerful, because this site doesn't even have backlinks, and yet they're ranked higher than you are. So just keep that in mind. I can see, like I said before, I mean, you've obviously got pages and pages of content, which I think is fantastic. The one other thing that I wanted to point out real quick is that this is another tool that I use. It's called SEM Rush, and it basically tells me the amount of traffic that you get. Look, through the organic research that I'm about to do here, I think it tells me that you only have about 200 visitors coming in. Let me see. Yeah, 260 keywords, and you have 144 visitors a month, which which I think is partly due to the location of being in Skokie. But if you look here at your top organic keywords, you've got Ecotech insulation, which is your number one traffic keyword, which I think is fantastic if you're doing some branding, but you really want to start targeting those niche keywords plus city, right? So obviously insulation, injection foam insulation, Skokie, right? Things like that. That's really going to get you some more traffic. So again, I think you're doing a fantastic job right now. You've got some backlinks that point to your site, and it's making your site strong. You've got some aged website, which is fantastic. But keep on adding the content and expanding out to different cities, and you should see a pretty good growth in traffic. Again, I have an SEO agency, and we do. I specifically focus on contractors, and as you can see here, I mean, these are all the rankings that I've gotten other clients. Number one pages on a lot, and I do that through link building, citations, putting a good website design up, which all of those things combined really matter. So if you're interested in just finding out more information on how I can get you more leads for your company, then feel free to reach out. I mean, you can either do a one-on-one consultation here, or you can reply to the email that I sent you. Okay, Brian, thanks. Take care. Talk to you soon.